don't.
Do they get the thingies then, or is that one over there? They just make one themselves. Oh, okay.
I don't know if we want to need one up here.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start, Shark? Do you want me to start? Do you want me to start now?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a jam-packed day full of lots of information. Just so you know, my name is Jillian Wan. I work in the marketing department at Sioux. First of all, just want to say a big shout out to Tatanka Funds for hosting today. There's a lot of people who took part in the planning of this, a lot of people it took to make this possible. As you know, home ownership has been a difficult thing for many people in our community to have access to, so I applaud all of you for taking the first step in joining today to learn more about home ownership. Want to also give a big shout out to SGU for providing us this beautiful space. We'll go ahead and get started. First off, I want to bring up the CEO of Sioux, Clay Colomb. As you know, Tatanka Funds is part of a larger ecosystem, and Sioux is that ecosystem. Welcome, Clay.
Thank you, Jillian, and thank you everybody for coming today. Echo the, is that better? Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Jillian. Thank you, everybody, for coming here today. I'm really glad to be at the event and see that this is happening. Echo the shout out to Tatanka Funds, Shar, Brittany, Sherry, Natasha, everybody to help put this together. I know these things aren't easy to do, and it's really, glad to see everybody and the involvement we're having here today. As Jillian said, home ownership here on the reservation, something that needs a lot of improvement and help, and I'm really glad that Sioux, Tatanka Funds, the tribe, everybody has helped putting this together. I think this is gonna, create amazing opportunities for our tribal members and everybody coming through the next, decades, and really excited to see this happening. So there's a lot of exciting things happening out, right now with the Tribe's 100 Homes Initiative, the Keya Wakpala Development that Sioux Redco is putting together. We have our first model home up out there, looking to build another 2 more this year and get to at least 10 to 15 in the next couple years, all of which will be available for purchase by tribal members. So be on the lookout for more information on that. We do have Mandy Morissette, kind of the outreach coordinator there, if you can reach out to her looking at that. I know we do have people going actively through the mortgage process on that. But yeah, it's very exciting times. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, the amount of houses that are going to be built here for home ownership is, hopefully around that 100 with the 100 Homes Initiative, and organizations such as Tatanka Funds, First Tribal Lending out there, many others help us, tribal members get the mortgages on that. So it's awesome to see this many people here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting our people, and thank you to Tatanka Funds again. I hope everybody has a great day.
All right, thank you, Clay. So we're having a little trouble with this mic. For all the speakers, you have to basically, don't put your lips on the mic, but get pretty close to it. We can't turn it up, so it might be difficult to hear. Next up, we're going to go ahead and bring up Joel Burnett, who's going to talk about some of the history of home ownership on trust lands. I also just wanted to remind you all, if you have relatives who are not able to make it today, you can give them a call, shoot them a text, let them know that this is being live streamed on the RST YouTube channel, so they can watch us live there. All right, and we'll bring up Joel Burnett.
Good morning, everybody. Hate to follow Clay and have put my lips on this mic right behind Clay. So, Jewel Burnett, I'm a member of the tribe here, born and raised here. I left home probably back in 2000, moved to Pierre. Now I reside in Sioux Falls, and I'm the branch manager of First Tribal Lending. And we focus on home mortgage lending, home ownership opportunities for our tribes, our tribal housing authorities, and our individual Native American families across the nation. So we do nationwide lending for Native Americans, like I said, tribes and housing authorities. But before this was all available, obviously those of you that can remember me, there's a lot of young people in the crowd that don't know who I am or don't remember me, but Farmer State Bank used to be in town, right? And then Norwest came in, and then Wells Fargo, as it exists today. So before any of those big banks came here, there was no mortgage capital, no home loans being offered on the reservations across the board. Rosebud was in a unique position because we had Farmer State Bank. Kernick Grimshaw did help a few people out with home ownership type loans that were called portfolio loans. So there wasn't any interested lenders coming in from the outside offering mortgage products to our Native people on the reservation. That's been the history across the board. I traveled the nation, and the story is the same. And it's still pretty much the same today, which is kind of sad. So, but I think we've come a long ways, not just with groups and lending companies like myself, but we've got USDA rural development, we've got VA, we've got Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac coming back to the table again. So there's another refocus around Indian country to change what the history has been for our people and the lack of mortgage access. So before 1992, there was virtually no products available for Native American people to access a mortgage loan on their homelands. So we were finding unique ways to get those homes, and a lot of us know we see a lot of, we call them trailer houses still today, but you know, we've upgraded that terminology to manufactured homes, our modular homes, and the construction of those has improved since 1975. Still, they're kind of tagged as a house that is not preferred, but it's something that we've grown to accept because we can get them so fast, and the dealerships can find financing for you, which has been a form of predatory lending. Those of us that have gotten manufactured housing loans from a dealership know that those interest rates through those finance companies are very high, and those aren't true mortgage loans. Those are considered like car loans, or chattel loans is what they actually call them. So our history for Indian country has been, you know, one that we've been taken advantage of, in my opinion. So times have changed. I've been doing this since 1996, mortgage lending in Indian country. So my entire banking career and mortgage banking career has been in Indian country. So we've helped thousands of people obtain home ownership. We've done several tribal projects across the board. We've done onesie-twosie type deals for tribal housing authorities, and we've done as many as 317 in one day. I had 9 people signing mortgage documents, 4 notaries, and it took us about 10 hours to sign all 317 of those mortgage packages. So we've come a long ways in Indian country since prior to 1992, and things are looking brighter. There's things available. It's just a matter of getting the information out to you, out to the tribes, out to the housing authorities. As we know here, staff turns over, right? Our housing professionals, our housing staff, our tribal leadership, it all changes over. So in my world, I travel across the country and I educate and bring people back to what's available out across the board as far as what they have access to for home ownership projects. So I mentioned the HUD 184 program. That's been around since 1992. USDA, I can't remember when they took a strong stance and really started to push in Indian country, but they've even gotten stronger and want to do more in Indian country because they know that they're not doing enough. There's some special things going on in the world of VA, and I'm sure they'll talk to you about that at their booth over there. But there's also been a coalition formed in South Dakota that all tribes can take part in, and it's 10 years old this year. It's the South Dakota Tribal Housing Coalition, and they've done some really incredible things to open awareness to the people that sit in DC and what have you for the lack of home ownership that we have on our reservations across the country. So those of you that have thought about becoming a homeowner, it's a scary thing. We've had people back out at closings because they look at the documents and they see those big numbers. Those big numbers are spread out over 30 years. So I tell people, when you get into a home mortgage, it's probably going to be one of the biggest things you ever do in your life outside of getting married and having children and what have you. So it's a 30-year commitment, and it's not something to be taken very lightly. So as you walk through this process, I ask you just to crawl before you walk, because it's a scary process. If you're not dealing with the right people, which I think we have all the right people in this room today, take your time, ask questions. I don't know if you don't know something unless you ask the question, okay? And in my world, in the lending world, especially in Indian country lending, there is no stupid question. So just ask. I've got a staff of 4 loan officers now. We just hired another one in Phoenix, so she handles Phoenix and our Arizona and New Mexico. But my 3 loan officers that I have with me in Sioux Falls have been with me for 15 plus years. They're non-native guys, don't hold that against them. They know what they're doing, they're good guys. They've been doing this a long time with me. They knew nothing about Indian country until they came to work for me. Like I said, we've helped thousands of people through this process. First Tribal Lending is the #1 lender in the HUD 184 program across the nation. We hold about a 50% market share nationwide, which is just absolutely unheard of. The next closest lender to us is at 14%. So we still have a lack of lenders that want to participate in providing mortgage capital to our Indian people across the board. So we're here. We know that we're doing 50%. We'd like more competition because competition breeds healthy business. But the coalition and other coalitions across the board down in New Mexico and a new one started in Montana, they're trying to recruit, educate, and bring more lenders to the world of Indian country lending so people have more access to choices. But when it comes to product, right now, Indian people have a pretty good advantage with products, especially with the USDA product. Veterans, the VA program is an exceptional program. The 184 program, if you qualify for a USDA program loan or a VA loan, we don't want to pull you from that. We want you to stay on that path. The HUD 184 program just revised some of their guidelines and made it more affordable for you this last year. So back in July of last year, they reduced the guarantee fee down from 1.5% to 1%. That fee is 100% financeable. And they also got rid of the monthly private mortgage insurance, which was at 0.25%. It's back down to 0. So your down payment is 2.25%. You have no private mortgage insurance, and you have a 1% guarantee fee. Right now, today, there's money available for household income families that are at 80% or less of median income. There's $25,000 available for down payment assistance through Federal Home Loan Bank. There's $10,000 more through the South Dakota Tribal Housing Coalition that they got from Wells Fargo that they're giving away at $10,000 a house. So right now is an opportune time to really take a strong look at home ownership, and the timing of the project that the tribe is doing couldn't be at a better time. So I could talk about this stuff all day, guys. I'm pretty passionate about this. I have a booth over here with all my contact information, some pretty decent swag. I'm not going to be here all day. I'm going to leave at 11. I've got to drive all the way to Milwaukee tonight yet, so I apologize for not being able to be here. But please take my contact information. Eric Sprinkle, Adam Hicks, Nate Schmidt are my 3 loan officers. We have Jenny Weiland and Mark Medem are our loan officer assistants. Those 5 people know just as much as I do about this program. So if you don't get me, don't freak out. But if you want to talk to me, just call my cell, call my office, send me an email, send me a text. I'm on the road quite a bit. You'll get a response back, okay? One last thing real quick, just so it kind of guides you through the process. Once you apply online or through a packet, Once you hit that submit button on my website, it comes to me in about 3 seconds. I then hand your application off to one of my loan officers. Within 3 to 5 business days, they're going to get in contact with you. Look for an email, look for a call. If you don't like to be talked to on the phone, just let them know that. You can correspond through email, through text. We get that all the time, okay? But if you want to talk to someone, just make contact with us and you'll get a response, I promise. And if you don't, then call me. But I doubt you're going to have to call me for that, okay? Thank you all for coming. It's amazing to see you all here. I hope you all have a good day, and thanks for coming.
All right, so I still see people rolling in. It's really awesome to see so many community members who are interested and wanting to learn more about home ownership. It's really great to see all of you here. Speaking to Joel's point, he mentioned how you all are in the right room today. These are very resourceful people. So if you have questions, something comes to mind, write it down, because as you hear from these speakers today, you'll see that one of them will be able to answer your question. And we're all, for the most part, very new to this, so no question is a dumb question. And so thank you, Joel. Joel has helped so many people in the community. I think he's one of the most well-known people around home ownership for our Native people. So him, as well as First Tribal Lending, have helped so many community members, not only on our reservation, but other nations as well. So shout out to Joel for being here today and sharing a wealth of information. Next up, we will be bringing up a couple of our tribal council representatives to talk about the Rosebud Sioux Tribe 100 Homes project. So I would like to introduce to you Sherry Wright and Ray Crow Eagle. Sorry, Ray.
Midaku yapi, chante washte nape chuzape, we washte we imachiapi. Greetings, friends and relatives. I greet you with a heartfelt handshake. My Lakota name is Washdewi. My English name is Sherry Wright Plank. I am a tribal council representative for the Rosebud community. And with me is Raymond Crow Eagle. He's also a tribal council representative. I am going to, sorry, I'm super short. See if this is better. Can you guys hear me in the back? Yeah? Okay, cool. So I'm the vice chair of the Economic Development Committee, and Raymond is the chairman of our Economic Development Committee. It's a subcommittee of the Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council. And through that committee, we work on various things that help try and develop and problem solve for our tribal economy. It's been a very busy past couple of years, and from the beginning, we immediately identified one of the biggest problems that we have on our reservation is homelessness. Now, don't mistake homelessness for transient people or anybody living on the street. Homelessness could be your brother living on the couch at your mom's house, a displaced family member whose house, burnt down, or somebody who just moved back from the city and doesn't have a place to go, so they're living with relatives. So homelessness has all different kinds of faces, and I think we have the tendency to think of homelessness as, you're out on the street and you don't have anywhere to go. But that's not the case here. And there's a lot of telltale signs on the reservation that show that there's a lot of people here and that homes are overpopulated. The amount of trash we produce, the amount of the large lagoons that we have, all of the things that are telltale signs that we have a high population and not very many houses to help people. And one of the biggest problems that we have here being on the reservation is that we are on trust land. A majority of our land is in trust. So that means you don't own it and you can't own it, and it makes it very difficult for you to get a loan, because most people will get a loan for a mortgage and they will collateralize the land and it will help them get their loan. But because we can't do that here on the reservation, people have a history of dealing with HUD 184 and other programs like that. The other thing that we don't have is like a garnishment, so it makes banks not want to come here unless they're loaning to somebody on fee land. Fee land is non-tribal land, for those of you who don't know. That's land that's actually owned by a person and you pay taxes on it. So when we got the ARPA money, President Herman decided, since we were battling homelessness all the time, that was one of the main calls we were getting, is we need a place to live. We don't have a house. So we bought more homeless shelters, and we put $22 million aside for a housing project. And we called it the 100 Homes Project. At the time, we estimated that we could put at least $220,000 to each house, and not just the home itself, to the build out of the home site, the electrical, the foundation, moving the house, all of those things. That's what we planned on doing. However, with the hike in building costs, there was just a lot of challenges that we came across. But I will talk with you. I'll start with the 100 Homes Project. We wanted to change the name to a Lakota name and start getting people to know that, but right now what's coming out of everybody's mouth is 100 Homes Project. So we kept it that, but we do eventually plan to change the name to Oyate Tipi Tayapi. Making homes for the people, or homes for the people. So, okay, go ahead, next slide. So, what is the 100 Homes Project? I think I kind of already went over that, right? Sorry, it's hard to see the slides. So, for the 100 Homes Project, one of the biggest questions we keep getting is, well, how do I apply, and who qualifies for these houses? Who's going to get them? How many per community? Well, for us, being elected officials, we don't think that it would be fair to anybody that we decide who gets a house and which communities get a house. There's too many factors that are involved. If communities have, the land space ready, the population of the community. So we decided, well, we're going to mortgage these homes, and the people can decide by, going through the mortgage process. So the target market is going to be our employee population. People who work for the tribe, people who work for chartered entities, and then other entities like IHS, DaVita, any other businesses that are local here. Okay, next slide. So we picked this target population because a majority of the workforce does not qualify for low-income housing. And if they do get low-income housing, like let's say, I'm gonna say a bad word, Sunrise. you live in Sunrise, and your rent goes up to $800 because you have a job. So a lot of times, people deviate from going that path and living in places like that. So with the workforce, they have the ability to work towards making this project sustainable. And when I say sustainable, one of the main things is we didn't want to just put out 100 homes or 50 homes and be done and 50 families got help. We want this project to start with a number of homes, and then the profits from that to continue to build homes and make affordable housing for the rest of the tribes. And we felt that was one of the best ways moving forward, because if we just did 50 homes and that was it, or 100 homes, it's not fair, because we all deserve to have an opportunity at home ownership. So we also wanted to create an environment of opportunities for the working class and help create a positive home ownership experience. And we did that in several ways, and I'll get to that in the other slides. Go ahead, next slide. So the impact for the 100 Homes project, it's not just going to be the family itself who's getting the home that's going to impact or that's going to be impacted by it. This is also a workforce development opportunity. With the workforce development trades area, we really do need to focus on training our young people and making sure that we have contractors for foundations, for plumbing, for electrical, drywall, whatever it takes to build a house. We want to make sure that we're training people while we're doing that. We have, the thing that I really want to point out is the ACEs. With that, you know, we're creating an environment for families so that they're more successful because they're not worried about their home. And whenever you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they talk about these specific things that go in order. And the first thing that you need in order to be able to live your life stress-free and have a good, happy life is that you need stability at home. You need safety at home. So that's one of the first things that we want to provide for our people. And just the growth of our communities to offer just to see our communities expanding and be mixed communities of low income and home ownership. Okay, next slide. Our key partnerships for this is Ujijinska Housing Development Corporation, also known as OHDC. They're the factory that is a subsidiary of SWA. Dynamic Homes, they're another housing factory that we're going to be working with. Tatanka Funds Incorporated and Tatanka Funds Partners. Tatanka Funds has several partners that they reach out to. They're going to be the first step in all of this, and I'll get to that later. Tatanka Funds partners include Maza Ska, Lakota Funds, Lakota Federal Credit Union, not to be confused with Lakota Funds. Did I already say Maza Ska? HUD 184, and they have a few other partners as well. And SWA is also a partner. Okay, next slide. I know the picture's really tiny, but that's a picture in the corner of 4 of the houses that were already built. Some of those houses went to St. Francis Indian School. Because one of the key things too is that this is how we want these homes to play a part in recruitment. And not necessarily recruitment for outsiders, but recruitment for our people, like to incentivize people to want to be teachers or, you know, to stay here instead of leaving the reservation. We're seeing it in all these different ways, all these great opportunities home ownership can bring. OHDC has, sorry, I can't read that. So they're contracted and they will be building a lot of the homes and implementing the training for our local people. Go ahead, next slide. All right, so the Rosebud Sioux Tribe's solution to the impact of high cost in building materials. So the committee really went hard on researching to see how we could do this because the homes were coming up at $208 a square foot, which is astronomical. It's super high. No one would be able to afford a home like that. But because we're utilizing ARPA funding, we have a plan going forward, and it was actually Ray's brilliant idea to research back and see before the housing crash what the cost of homes were per square foot, and they were $92 per square foot. So we're going to sell these homes at a loss to our tribal members at $92 a square foot. So we're taking a huge loss to be able to offer affordable housing and you know, make it appealing to people to want to mortgage a home. So that's our ceiling price. Also, you know, economies of scale. When we build these houses, we really want to make sure that we're enterprising on economies of scale and purchasing in bulk. Basically, that's what that is, a fancy word for purchasing in bulk. All right, next slide. So this one's just about Tatanka Funds. I know that you guys are probably going to do your own presentation, but everyone keeps asking us, where do I go to apply? How do we get these houses? Well, Tatanka Funds is the first step. And what role do they play? So we just decided at the meeting last week that we're going to place our project manager at Tatanka Funds. So that way people aren't running all over the reservation trying to, get help. Because we know that that happens because our buildings are all spread all over the place, and you have to go to the water and sewer or run to THPO, and it's just really hard when people don't have time in the day because they're at work or they don't have a dependable vehicle or one vehicle. So we're trying to make it as streamlined as possible. So the project manager will be placed there. Tatanka Funds, or TFI, will provide counseling. The counseling is like credit counseling and home ownership counseling. Pathways to home ownership. Now, everyone always is like, oh, that's a long class, but that Pathways to Home Ownership class, it lays out the process, what you're going to go through, so you don't have any surprises. It's going to show you how they're going to calculate your debt to income ratio, and then how you're going to apply for your mortgage, and at the end of the mortgage that you're going to have closing costs, and what kind of insurance is going to be required. So it's a very important part, and a lot of lenders require that you take some sort of home ownership course. So this is a great one. It's free. The Rosebud Sioux tribal employees do get administrative leave to attend these classes, and at the Tatanka Funds booth there's a printout of their annual calendar. So grab a calendar from them, take it home, plan your work day, and please get out and take these classes and get ahead of the game if you can. The preventative maintenance courses that they offer as well are important. Also, the tribe has $700,000 in HIP money. We're taking that HIP money and we're putting it with Tatanka Funds, and they're going to deploy down payment assistance to people. They're going to be grants, right? They're going to be in the form of a grant, not a loan. So it's going to basically be free money, 20% of your loan or $20,000. So that's what the cap's going to be. Whichever one is less, 20% or $20,000 to help with your down payment. You could also use it for your closing costs or whatever other cost you may incur. There's also the down payment assistance with the South Dakota Native Homeownership Coalition, which Tatanka Funds is a part of the coalition and a partner of, so they'll be able to help direct you to the person there as well. The other key part is the construction internship part. So if you're here for home ownership, but you also have a family member who's interested in learning how to build, they also have applications over there as well for the construction internship program. It's a paid internship program for 6 weeks, 6 or 9 weeks, one or the other, and it starts in the summer months. And a lot of times those employees will get picked up. And one of the other important things is that Tatanka Funds will be able to direct you to a lender that suits your needs. And throughout their partners, they'll be able to work with you and see if you're more suitable for a HUD 184, or if you'll work better with Maza Ska or Lakota Federal Credit Union. Okay, next slide. So I kind of already covered the HIP portion, but I just wanted to mention the potential lenders that are listed there. South Dakota Rural Development, I didn't mention them. Lakota Federal Credit Union, Maza Ska, First Tribal Lending. Those are some of our partners that Tatanka Funds has. The HIP funding, the down payment assistance, and a lot of those are requiring that you do have the courses, the Pathways to Home Ownership, the financial literacy. In the credit counseling, that's only optional if you need help repairing your credit. All right, next slide. So this is the portion here where if you're lender ready, like let's say you have a good credit score and you don't have that much debt. By that I mean loans out. So Tatanka Funds will assess the client and then send them to the Pathways to Home Ownership, or you could take that step out by getting that done after you look at the schedule. And if you're lender ready, then Tatanka Funds will send you to a lender that they see fit for you. You'll apply for your qualifying amount. Once you get qualified, then you go to OHDC. Sorry, I can't even see that. So after you meet with OHDC, you'll get a cost, and then a lot of the costs are like indicative on specific things, and I'll let Ray come up and kind of talk about that. Would you come explain some of the like different cost variations and factors? For OHDC? Yeah, for OHDC.
All right. Hello, good morning. My name is Ray Croigo. I am a council representative for the St. Francis community. Thank you guys all for attending. This is very important, and we're kind of passionate about this project. But OHDC is one of our builders that we identified, and we kind of have a couple individuals going through like a pilot project because we're still perfecting it. We met earlier this week, and I think it's in the slide, right? That would tell OHDC's process and how to go about one of these homes. The standard homes that they built for St. Francis Indian School is 1,500 square feet, but we want to make it where you guys can customize your own home. And it all varies on the square footage and how you want it. So they're very flexible to work with you, but again, it will depend on your pre-approval amount and what the cost of the square footage is. I think they're working on paint colors, cabinets, all that stuff that you would get the same experience if you were to go to custom touch homes. So it is a process. We're working hard to create it so everyone gets the best home buyer experience locally here at OHDC in Rosebud. Is there anything else I'm missing? I do want to mention too though that the homes are stick built and they'll be on the standard crawl space foundation. I know the homeowner has the option to have a basement, of course at additional cost, but there's a lot of factors that play into making it affordable and making sure that all these options are available to you guys.
And the basement won't be at the 92 square foot.
Yeah, the basement is not included in the actual $92 square footage. Like I said, it'll be an additional cost. However, the crawl space is included in it. But again, if you guys want a basement with it, you just work with OHDC and the contractor, and then they can quote you guys on that additional cost. I was trying to think of other things for OHDC. Yeah, the cabinetry, countertops, appliances. There's a lot of options for you guys, but again, it just all depends on the cost, how much square footage you want. And I know they're working with the architect right now to come up with the 1, 2, 3 bedroom home, where you guys can start off like a 3-bedroom. They have the floor plan, and then they'll work with you on how to adjust it to your guys' needs, keeping within that same affordable 2-option plan affordable range. But I'm very excited to partner with OHDC. I don't know if you guys ever been in there, but it's an awesome facility. They're all built inside, and again, we're employing our own tribal members, which is very exciting as well. But I will. If there's anything else, I will come up. I know Cher's doing the presentation. I'm kind of just here to. We did this presentation in Rapid, and I know there was a lot of things, a lot of questions, so I try to remind ourselves of what to relay the information in case we forget anything. I'll let Cher finish.
Thank you, Ray. So as far as OHDC goes, they have their own little steps in there that they're going to take, and when the house is being built and you finalize the design, you'll finalize the cost, and then you'll be working really closely with the lender then. And the Pathways to Home Ownership course will give you a heads up on what to expect when you're working with your lender. After the house is completed, then OHDC will move the house to your home site. So that move will be paid for by the ARPA dollars outside of your loan. And finally, you'll finalize your paperwork and your loan once the house is set down and it has its final inspection. So go to the next slide. So if you're not lender ready, then you'll have a few steps to do before that. you'll see what kind of help and assistance you need with your credit. And there are people, lenders who could help you, like Lakota Funds. They're pretty good at, they have a consumer loan that could help if you have some debt. If your debt to income ratio is too high, then they could help kind of consolidate some of that. There's other CDFIs out there that are willing to help as well. But the credit counseling, the coaching, the credit coaching, credit counseling, pathways to home ownership, all of those courses will help get you ready to be prepared to take on a loan and get you lender ready. And then once you go through all of them, then you'll start at step 1 of the first chart that we had. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? So, yep, Kateri. It's mostly, so the credit score is real, it has been lowered. And what really mostly matters is the debt to income ratio. And what that is how much loans you currently have out compared to how much income you're currently taking in for your household. So that matters more than the actual credit score, because when the pandemic hit, they lowered the requirement for the credit score. And do you remember what it was, Tosh? I don't. Okay, but when Tatanka Funds comes up and does their presentation, they'll probably be able to answer that better than me. Yep, Dwayne. How big of a yard? I guess that depends on the person and their home site that they get, or their land that they have. So that's another important part, is to make sure that you have a home site ready. Any other questions? Well, we're really looking forward to seeing people start this home ownership process, and I'm excited for everybody. And if you have any questions, make sure to just reach out and ask. And I think we'll probably develop a frequently asked questions and put it on the tribal website with some links to direct you in certain areas. Anything else? You good? Okay, Ray has one more thing.
Oh, just real quickly, take advantage of the down payment assistance. All the individuals that are here, there are a lot of opportunities for down payment assistance. I know Sherry mentioned a couple, but over on our booth over here, if you missed anything or have any more questions, we have a pamphlet, the pathway chart that was created. It's all over here for you guys to take. We'll be over here if you have any questions. But thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it.
All right, just a couple announcements. If you look over to the booth here over at the South Dakota Native Homeowners Coalition, if you are a veteran and you take one of their surveys, you will get a $20 gift card. So go take that survey. I wish I was a veteran now. We are also going to do a raffle. So get out your raffle ticket. We have a couple prizes to give away. We're gonna do a toaster, and we've got it's like a little grill, like a griddle maybe. So get out your ticket. I'm wishing you lots and lots of luck. Actually, you pick it. Okay. All right, we've got 955107. Woohoo! Did you get it? Oh. Are you the winner? No? You're just walking down the aisle. Okay. Anybody, 955107. You have to scream really loud. Okay. Another one? Okay. Oh, you got it? Oh. Okay. 955027. Feel like we're being tricked. You got it? Yay! All right, so you can actually come up and get your prize. We're doing one more. Yeah. Yeah. So that one's gonna go back. got another winner over here. You get the griddle stove. What is that? I'm blind. I don't have my glasses on. Okay, a griddle. Yay. All right, we're good. We'll be doing more door prizes throughout the day. And if you stay for the whole presentation, you will have a chance at winning that beautiful TV over there. What size is that TV? 25-inch, 55-inch screen TV. And yeah, some really good door prizes. And we're also at the end, we'll be giving away this outdoor 12-foot pool. So summer, just in time for summer. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring up our next speakers. I am very fortunate to work with these individuals often. They work within our ecosystem, Keya Wakpala. So if you have driven by Turtle Creek, you can see a new model home that is being built out there. And these are the individuals that are running that program. Where are they? Oh, they're there. All right, I'm bringing up Amanda Morissette and Chance Renville.
Hiani wash David Yapi, Amanda Morissette Imachiapi Ksto, Chante wash Dea Nape Chiuzapi Ksto. Good morning, relatives. I greet you with a good heart. My name is Amanda. I am an enrolled member of the Oglala Sioux tribe, but I also have lineage to Sicangus. I currently work with Sicanguco as a Keya Wakpala Community Outreach Coordinator, and I work with an awesome team. And I'm going to go ahead and let my teammate introduce himself.
Chance Renville Machiapi. I'm the project manager and housing coordinator for the Keya Wakpala Woichagayapi initiative at Sicanguco. Really excited to see you all and really thankful for you all showing up and taking in this great expo.
So we are part of the Keya Wakpala community development happening at Turtle Creek, the Turtle Creek grocery store. I don't know if you guys all seen, there is one house about 60% done. They are beautiful homes, and I sure hope you guys stop at our booth to check us out. And I hope there's a lot of people ready to buy homes because Sicanguco is building homes for you Sicangu families. Do you have the clicker? No clicker? Yep, you'll just have to click. Keep clicking. So we work for Sicanguco. It is comprised of 3 entities, all separate entities, but all working for the same mission. Redco is the for-profit. They are an arm of the tribal government. They are tasked with creating jobs, generating revenue, and creating economic opportunity for the Sicangu Oyate. The 3 poles there that you'll see represent the 3 different entities. Sicangu CDC is the nonprofit, that's who we work for. And then we have Tatanka Funds, who works for us as well. Did you want to add anything? Do you want to add anything? Just a little history. It was previously known as Redco, but we are now Sicanguco. In 2011, Redco came under new leadership and a broader vision for the organization was born. At that time, we expanded our mission to include systems change aimed at addressing the root causes brought about by colonization. It became clear that the path forward required more than traditional economic development. The expansion to community development necessitated the creation of 2 legally independent but mission and value aligned organizations. Sicangu Community Development Corporation, which is Sicangu CDC, and Tatanka Funds. As each organization grew, it became increasingly difficult to tell our story to our community as well as our funders. Additionally, we realized that our place-based ecosystem was unique in that being able to communicate the interconnectedness of our work was essential both for ourselves as well as our partners. From that, Sioux was born. Go ahead, Shar. Oh. Okay, so the Keya Wakpala is you can just click through. You can bring the whole slide up. Keya Wakpala is a new path to reclaim and define who we are as the Sichangu Lakota Oyate. More than a housing development, Keya Wakpala is a community-driven approach to indigenous community placemaking that encompasses how a multi-generational tribal community lives, works, plays, and participates in our shared cultural heritage together. Several years in development, Keya Wakpala thoughtfully leverages technological, financial, sustainable housing, and social knowledge to make meaningful home ownership attainable for members of the Sichangu Oyate. Keya Wakpala is a safe place built for kids and families that is renewing a cultural, meaningful way of life for the Sichangu Lakota Oyate. The success of Keya Wakpala will not be measured by a developer's profit margin, but instead will be measured by the safety, health, healing, and happiness of the Sichangu Lakota in a community that does not repress Lakota values but celebrates them. Go ahead, Sean. I've just been reading off the paper. You can go to the next one. You could just click through the whole stuff.
So these here are a few of the community engagement sessions that we have done over the last 6 to 12 months, really trying to gain insight and interest from the community and really what the community wants for this development. I think it's really important for us as an organization who's building this development out to really take time to get community feedback and really use that feedback to drive what we're doing out there. Ultimately, this is for the community, for the people, and that input should be really the driver of what we're doing out there. I think you go to the next one, sorry. So this here is a master plan of the phase 1 of the development. It's roughly 80 acres. Some of the, you can click it a couple more times. Some of the existing structures out there are shown with red arrows. So the existing grocery store is number 3 on the right side. The other arrow is the greenhouse out there that the Food Sovereignty Initiative operates and runs. And the top one is actually the current model home that is under construction. And as you can see here on the current model home, we have 9 other lots that are being graded out and getting prepared for more homes to be built. So that's kind of the general layout of the development right now. Certainly in the beginning stages, but got a lot of goals and aspirations for what we want to accomplish out there. And we'll continue to hold informational and feedback sessions as we continue to design and fill out what this development will be. A little bit of where we are now at Keya Wakpala. So this is the floor plan of the model home. It's a 3-bedroom home. That's the one that's currently under construction out there. We're roughly 60% complete at the moment, really pushing to have that home done by the end of June. Once that home is complete, we'll be offering home tours and really inviting the community out to take a look at the home and see what they'd be buying if they're interested. So I encourage you all to keep an eye out and attend those tours and some of the informational stuff that we've got going on. As I mentioned before, we've got some site work going on out there, moving a lot of dirt. Maybe you've seen the equipment out there, really getting the site prepped and close to where the ground needs to be for building the other 9 homes out there. A lot of important upfront work that needs to happen with construction, and that's a a piece of it. We are actively recruiting the first 9 home buyers. If you're interested in owning a home out to Keya Wakpala, I encourage you to stop by our booth in the back over there. We have an interest form for you to fill out, and we'll follow up with you all on the process to getting more information and really walking you through the process and giving you the support that you need to work through it. Go ahead, Char. Yeah.
You could just pull them all up.
There are a lot of benefits in purchasing a Keya Wakpala home. Here are some social and community benefits of living at Keya Wakpala. There's going to be a cultural connection to your lands, to your home, and to your identity as a Sioux Lakota. Equity and inclusivity, a community where neighbors meet each other where they are at, no matter their differences. It's also a safe place where everything and everyone is connected and interconnected for relatives to gather, learn, and prosper as a Sichangu, Tiwahe, Tioshbai, and Oyate. You're also, another benefit is visionaries of the future. In considering our actions today, we honor our ancestors and preserve the well-being of generations yet to come, weaving sustainability and harmony with nature into the fabric of our decision. Another benefit is choice and empowerment. Everyone will work together to find solutions rather than focusing on problems. There's also opportunities for mental, emotional, spiritual, and social growth. Those are just some of the social and community benefits of living at Keya Wakpala. Now we jump into some of the financial benefits of owning a Keya Wakpala home. We broke it down just to give you an idea of monthly savings and then also long-term benefits. When we talk about utility savings, the Keya Wakpala homes are very energy efficient, and if you complete our interest form for us, you will get access to some information that won't be released to the public until later. Being an interested Keya Wakpala homeowner, you get updates monthly and you get support in this process. Utility savings, fuel savings, mileage savings, and time savings are some of the monthly benefits. With this Keya Wakpala development happening, they want it to be a one-stop shop. You have your housing, you have your grocery. In the plans now is the Sichangu Innovative Center. It's in the design phase right now, and just so you know, we've got a couple really good, powerful questions back there that we would love for you all to answer and take back with us while we're developing these. Some of the long-term benefits, equity building. When you talk about equity building and you own a home and make mortgage payments, you're building equity in an asset that could potentially appreciate over time. This can be a valuable investment in your future and financial stability. Another long-term benefit is stability and control. Home ownership provides stability since you don't have to worry about rent increasing or the landlord deciding not to renew your lease. You also have more control over customization and maintenance of your living space. Tax benefits is also a long-term benefit in becoming a homeowner. Homeowners may be eligible for tax deductions on mortgage interest payments and property taxes, potentially lowering their taxable income. And last but not least, a very long-term benefit is generational wealth. So through home ownership, you will be able to pass that home on to your kids, grandkids, and the generations to come. And that serves as a source of equity and financial stability. This asset can be passed down to children, grandchildren, and providing them with a valuable inheritance and a stepping stone towards their own financial independence. By passing down home ownership through the generations, we create a legacy of stability and opportunity. It becomes a gift that keeps on giving, empowering our descendants to pursue their dreams and aspirations with confidence, knowing that they have a solid foundation to build upon. So with powerful questions comes powerful answers. Questions like, in what way can we create a wider sense of belonging among Keya Wakpala community members has been asked and will continue to be asked throughout Sioux communities to gain insight on what it will take to make Keya Wakpala a healthy, thriving community that we've never seen before. Some of the responses to that question are: create intentional and more informal ways to gather, honoring and seeking growth, roles within the community for equality and equity, normalize talking circles. People also said they would like natural barriers instead of fences, chokecherry trees, cedar trees. We're getting really good input from you guys, and we do value it and take it back with us when we're making decisions. Some other responses were community-led events and training sessions where traditional knowledge can be shared, and knowing that being a neighbor is going to be a journey and a learning process. So these are questions that had been being asked the last few years, and like we said, will continue to be asked as we develop this Keya Wakpala community. So now and forever, Keya Wakpala will be molded by the evolving needs, values, and desires of the community, and that includes all of you. I know that home ownership it's a scary thing. It's 6-digit figure loans that you'll make. I recently made that. Never thought I would get a loan for 6-digit figures. It's doable for us as Lakota, and that's what we're here to support. Throughout this process, over 60 programs and tribal leaders and others participated in a research study that was done for housing needs. We also posed similar questions for the community in Facebook surveys and received plenty of responses. And we want to continue to involve all community members throughout the development of Keya Wakpala. Whether you live in Milks Camp or Antelope, Keya Wakpala will be a community that's inviting and welcoming for all who come out there.
Just keep clicking, Vanna. Yep.
Oh, and we are winding down on our presentation. So if you are an interested homeowner, we would love to hear from you and have you come to our booth for more information. And if you are a lender, please stop in to talk about partnering to support these future homeowners. And if you are a funder or a government agency, please come visit us to see how we can keep progress moving for our people.
Keep clicking.
And at Keya Wakpala, we see a world where we are healthy and whole in body, mind, and spirit, connected to the earth and the stars and all our relations. We are living that world into being. Wopila to each of you for helping move the Keya Wakpala housing development another step forward from vision to reality. We want, if you have questions, please come to our booth. We was gonna take time to raise hands, but it's just too loud. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Tatanka Funds and everybody else.
Okay. Thank you, Julianne.
All right, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Chance. Really love how they highlight that this is definitely so much more than home ownership. Keya Wakpala is all about building a community for the long term, for the next 7 generations. There's been so much thought that has been put into where they are now, literally years of planning and taking input from exactly what the community wants. And all of that input is incorporated into the models of the homes and the design, and then as well as everything that's going to be a part of that community in the future. So thank you all for presenting today. If we've had any veterans who showed up, just want to remind you that if you go over to the South Dakota Native Home Ownership Coalition booth over here off to your left, and you take their survey, they are offering a $20 gift card. So take advantage of that, and also your information will be really helpful to them. We're going to go ahead and do another gift. So we are going to do, Shar, if you could get the gift, please. Not sure what it's gonna be yet. Let's do the laundry detergent and softener together. Are there dryer sheets? Because that would just be perfect. Oh, okay, no dryer sheets. All right. 955173. 955173. Anyone with 955173? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you got it? Oh, we got a winner. Yay! Woohoo! All right, let's do one more prize. Yep. We got a tent just in time for Sundance. All right, 955172. Throw your hands up in the air like you just don't care if you're a winner. Yeah, 955172. Got a winner. Woohoo! All right, awesome. Also, just want to say hello to everybody who's watching on the live. Thank you all for joining us today. All right, so we're good. Yep. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, next up, we're going to bring up Tatanka Funds. They're obviously hosting this event. I've been seeing them working tirelessly to bring all of this together over the past month. So shout out to Tatanka Funds. We'd like to welcome Charlie Colombe, Brittany Heisley, and Natasha Eaglestar.
Just because I'm a little short. Uli Haley Sti Nigad Brittany Dalado Jijalagi Ale Bodawadami. Welcome all. Thank you for being here. My name is Brittany Heisley. I'm the Executive Director of Tatanka Funds. I just want to share a little bit of Tatanka Funds. At Tatanka Funds, our mission is, as Lakota, we believe we are all related, and it is our duty to create a better world for future generations. We at Tatanka Funds do this by empowering people through personal finance, business entrepreneurship, and home ownership. Tatanka Funds was originally founded by Rosebud Economic Development in 2015. In 2019, Tatanka Funds was incorporated as an emerging native CDFI. Tatanka Funds serves members of the Rosebud Sioux tribe and members from federally recognized tribes who reside within boundaries of the Rosebud Reservation. CDFIs are private financial institutions that are 100% dedicated to delivering responsibility, affordable lending to help low-income, low-wealth communities join the growing economic mainstream. Our passion is for our people to have home ownership, to be entrepreneurs, and to thrive in their personal finance. More than anything, I just want to say thank you to Charlie for putting this together. My staff has been incredible at reaching out to the community, helping share what we do. We're here also for technical assistance. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and ask us how we could support you on your journey of wealth building. I'm going to pass it on to Natasha. She's going to share some of the services we do at Tatanka Funds.
Hey everyone, Mitake Yapi, Natasha Wichampi Wambli Amachapisto. I am the loan officer and education lead for Tatanka Funds. One of the courses that we do is we do financial literacy. I love talking about this course because you talk about money, and people out there, they come in that course and they think, oh man, I'm gonna get all blown up. But when we start talking about money, people really start learning. And it's one of the most beneficial topics to talk about. And I love talking about financial literacy, particularly because I had to build my financial and wealth building also. So in this course, we talk about rebuilding like a healthy economy inside of how you can do that with finance. We develop spending plans. We work with checking accounts and savings accounts. One of the big questions I always ask, how do you start saving? And people are like, oh, I got money in my checking account. It just sits there. I said, that's not saving. You start by creating a savings account, right? And do it while your kids are little. It's an amazing, amazing way to help them along the way too. We understand credit, and we go through understanding your credit and credit reports. And people, they don't like that, but we actually open them up to getting them to looking at that every month. And there's some apps out there, and we go through that also. We teach them about using their credit and how it helps to have a really good credit. And then we teach them about being a smart consumer. And this course is like really interactive. I try to really make it real fun. But I know coming into this course, people don't like it. But it's just a really good course, and I really enjoy teaching it. I'll bring up your host with the most. Really big round of applause. She put all this on and then like kind of grabbed my hand and said, you're going to do this with me. And I was like, no. But here's Charlotte Cologne.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me in the back? So go ahead, turn the slides better. Part of what we do is housing counseling. If you're, in the area of wanting to buy a home, come see us. We help you by anything you need from repairing credit, locating down payment assistance, recognizing predatory lending practices, understanding fair lending and fair housing requirements, avoiding foreclosure, and resolving a financial crisis. We also, in addition to financial literacy classes, we have homebuyer readiness classes, and we explore home ownership, consider mortgage-based home ownership, budget for home ownership and calculating your affordability, evaluating your credit, finding a home. We walk you through applying for a home with one of our partners, meeting your financial obligations, and then protecting your investment. Some of the other resources that we have are technical assistance, and we do that for small business, agriculture, and home ownership. So we're there to guide you through all of them. We do down payment assistance. Go back. There you go. We do down payment assistance through the South Dakota Native Homeowner Coalition, and they will be presenting this afternoon. If you get a chance, stop by their booth. We are a member of their coalition, and we all work really hard for home ownership on trust lands. I'm going to let Natasha talk again about the loans that we offer.
We do have the 504 loans. That's a housing loan. We also have business microloans, and these are to help your business get started. We have ag loans, to help with your agriculture, and then consumer loans. I'm not very knowledgeable on any of this. I just go through and do the loans. But one of the big things about the business microloans it always comes up in finance is like they always tell me I have a business loan, or I have a business. How do I create kind of a financial security around that? One of the things that you can do is you can offset your taxes with your business. So if you have a habit, and I always tell people, if you have a habit, try to make it a small business, because you can actually offset some of your taxes with your small business by the expense portion. And that's like a deep dive into like financing. We also work with VITA, who's a Volunteer Income Tax Association. I see you out there, Sarah. She's one of our VITA volunteers. And we really incorporate that program into kind of our financial literacy program, and then it kind of flows into kind of the business microloans, the ag loans, and things like that. And it helps you to like actually understand the start process to the end process. And so, I mean, if you have any questions, stop at our booth. We have calendars for the classes. Every Monday we do. Well, we just got done April 15th, but we still do those past year taxes and things like that at SGU, who we partner with. And so anything that you have any questions about, go ahead, stop on over. We have a lot of information. Char's running around, you can stop her. Brittany's around. But yeah, just go ahead and stop over on at the booth. Thank you everyone for coming out. This is amazing, and we appreciate all of you. And we'll all come visit your homes whenever you get them. I don't know how to shut that off.
All right, everyone, I see people walking around their booths. If you haven't already, know that you can. Lots of resources, people there to answer your questions in person. I also just wanted to let you know that in your bag, oh, never mind, actually, I'm not. So you have the calendars from Tatanka Funds. And I really feel like Tatanka Funds is an untapped resource in our community. They offer in-person financial literacy classes, credit building classes, basically all the steps that you need to take to begin your process of owning a home. So that's located at our office at Sioux, which is just east of Mission. And take advantage of those classes. First, they heard that people couldn't go because it was during work hours, so they made evening sessions available. And there have even been times where they've made weekend sessions available. So if you just communicate with them, let them know that this is something you're serious about learning about, they are very much willing to help you and work with you. Also, if you're considering starting a business, that's another service that they offer as far as guiding you in starting that. So we are going to do another raffle, but I don't have the tickets. While we're waiting for the tickets, I'll start introducing our next speakers because there is a whole group of them. So we're going to be bringing up Paula Antoine from the Sichongu Oyate Land Office, Cleve Hermany Horses from TLE, Young Cologne with Water and Sewer, and Shorty Jordan. And they're going to speak about the tribal homesite process. But before we get into that, we're going to do one more gift. So get your tickets out, get them ready. All right, 955116. Anyone with 955116? No one? All right. Got a nice blanket, or I think it's a comforter. 955116. Okay, moving on to the next one. 955031. Yay, Karen. Karen in the house. Okay, that goes here. All right. So we'll bring up Paula Antoine first, and they're going to talk about the tribal homesite process.
She's going to move my presentation around.
Yeah.
Okay, you just let her know. Can you see it from there? I'm going to kind of bring it this way.
Chantewa there we go. Chantewa Shte Yuhana Pechi Yuzapi. Hemacha Wichoka Owaikui na Paula Antoine. Good morning, everybody. My name is Paula Antoine. I'm the director of the Sichungu Oyate Land Office in Rosebud. And our office, I think I got the wrong presentation to these guys, but we usually do a home residential lease symposium in the wintertime, and I do that in conjunction with Tribal Land Enterprise, Cleve. But our process for the residential leasing, before I get into that, I just want to say thank you all for attending. It's really important to, what we're doing today, because the lack of homes is a crisis, and people taking the initiative to better themselves, their family, their communities, and our tribe is really empowering. And I just want to thank you all for being here, because it's really important for us to do this together. The support you can see in each one of these booths, they build upon each other, so we will be able to reach that goal of home ownership. And I'm just going to hold this, but the lease process. We have Q&A, and the other tribal programs that are going to be there are within this process, because it's a tribal process. So you can go ahead and go. There are residential lease applications, and you can get them at the Sichungu Oyate Land Office, and we're located in Rosebud, down in Low Rent in the SWA complex. We're in a chained fence area. And we have a joint application that we're working on with TLE, and that will be available in the near future. And then one of the things that's kind of hard to do is find a location for your residential site, because sometimes it's not available according to 8805, which is the Homesite kind of resolution that tells you the requirements and what the laws are associated with the leasing process. You have to be within a 1/4 mile of a paved road and a 1/4 mile of a water line. And a lot of that is to assist the tribal member in lowering cost, because sometimes a water line can cost a lot. And I'll kind of let Shorty talk about that. He's here, so he can talk a little bit more about the water line process. But to get a map, you can either come to TLE or my office, and we can give you an idea of the lands available within your community or the area that you would like to have your residential lease at. And there's part of the process, there might be an existing contract in the area that you want to have your residential lease. So there's an area on your application where you need to obtain a lease, a signature from the lessor or the permittee. And that's usually not that important. So, try not to dwell on that. That's not that important, because tribal members come before anything. So here's the water resources one. Shorty, I think he's talking to somebody right now, but I'm going to ask him to come up. And part of the lease application is going to water resources. And we like to do this because, I'm not a hydrologist. Cleve's not a hydrologist. We have people in tribal programs that have access to this, so we don't have the availability or the knowledge to tell you if a water line will be able to be put in the area that you're selecting. So let me ask him to come up. Shorty? Oh, he's on his way up. And while he's on his way up, I just wanted to share, I was going to kind of share this for the end, but a few years ago, a lady came into our office, and she was It was before any of these programs existed. And she was really interested in getting her own home. And she was getting older, and she said she wanted to have a place for her kids and her grandkids. So she did an application, she went through a lending agency, and they told her that she needed to redo her credit. And she needed to go through all these steps. She needed to save money for the closing costs. You know, there was a lot of things that the bank told her to do. So she started doing that. She started taking credit recovery classes. She started going to classes. Pretty soon she was in college over here, right here at SGU. And it took her 9 years to complete everything and get a degree. But that lady is now sitting in her home that she worked so hard for. You know, so if you have that goal in mind, I know it's possible. You know, I drove by that lady's house, and I want to give her a star club, because to me, she did all this on her own without any of these programs or any expos or anything like that. She had that drive in herself to reach her goal. And, you know, whenever I see her, I feel like asking her to come with me when I do presentations like this, because that's the role model we need from our tribe, you know. So I know it's very possible to change your life, to obtain, you know, lending and obtain a home for your family. But I'm still calling Shorty over, but I just wanted to share that and kind of give you some inspiration, because, you know, you probably walk by this lady in the grocery store. You know, she has a grandkid with her. So if you see somebody that recently got a home, you know who I'm talking about. You know, it took her a long time, and she accomplished it. But I just want to say there's hope, and, you know, anybody can do it. Anybody. So. I'm still waving at, I don't want to interrupt this conversation because he's talking to one of the people who are also here with you looking to find more information and to obtain a home. But here's Shorty. He's going to talk about the water line.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Young Colomb. I'm the director of the tribe's water and sewer department. The tribe's the water and sewer department were heavily involved with the Indian Health Service funding that's eligible to tribal members who are seeking home ownership, or even existing homes. If you have a home that has an inadequate sewer system or is an older system that's not working, we're here to help you, walk you through the application process. Indian Health Service is the funding source. They have funding available through their environmental office for sanitation services. So when these applications, I have some available over here. If anybody that's interested or is pursuing a housing application or a home loan to purchase a home, I strongly suggest that you visit with us and you try this avenue first before you finance a water and sewer system on your loan. If you have the time to, it's a process working through your home ownership process. Include this into your process, because this could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Why not let Indian Health Service build you a water and sewer system instead of financing it over 20 or 30 years? That's going to save you a bunch of money. So we strongly suggest that you come see us way before your house arrives on the site. Don't come see us the day before your house gets there and expect water and sewer the next day, because it won't happen that fast. There's a little timing involved with this. So be proactive and come see us prior to your home arriving on site. I've seen some instances where homes are brought and then they come see us and expect us to come the next week and build a system. When we're working with Indian Health Service, it just doesn't happen that fast. Like I said, it will be free to you. The cost will be $0 to your project, but the timing is very crucial and it's very important. So be proactive and take one of these with you today. If you're considering, or even if you're in the middle of a loan application right now, strongly suggest you don't wait till last minute to pursue this water and sewer business. I've seen it way too often. People get tied up into the loan process and they forget about almost the most important part. You could have a big fancy nice house sitting out there, but without water and sewer, it's not going to be a very good situation. So be proactive and come visit with us, and we'll walk you through this very simple one-page application. There are four documents required with our application. You need a perfected BIA lease. You need your home site paperwork, of course, your tribal abstract or your tribal ID, and of course, proof of ownership of your home. If it's an existing home and it was willed to you, if you bought it, you have a title or a bill of sale, that's all we need to see for proof of ownership. Or if you finance one, of course, your name's going to be on the loan application or the deed. So bring that stuff when you are interested in filling out your application. So it's a fairly painless process, but we're the water and sewer office in Rosebud. There's a couple gals up front that have done tons of these applications. If I'm not there, somebody in the office can help you complete this application so we can get this process started. And even if your home's not on site, you bring this paperwork, we'll turn it into Indian Health Service and they'll put it basically in a pending file, pending arrival of your home, but at least your app will be on file and that part will be done. We'll just wait for your house to show up. If we have a tentative idea of when your home will be there, we'll try to have a design and the engineering done prior to the arrival of your home. So once they see your house is there, they're going to check a box on their sign-off sheet. They're going to say, the house is there. One other thing that they look for is your utilities. You got to have your, one of their Indian Health Services requirements, you got to have power to your house. So we need the house there. We need the electricity there. Once they see that, they'll release your name and your application and get that on a work order. Currently, the tribe, our department does do the construction as well. So we are the contractors that will build your water and sewer system. We've been keeping up with the work orders that have been coming out. By the time we get a work order in our hand, it could be a few weeks to maybe a month or two after that fact, before the construction crew shows up and will build your sewer system and your water system. So it's all about timing. I can't stress that enough. Do not wait till last minute to come visit us. Make this a part of your application process. Once you get your loan approved or whatever you're working on for a home, please remind yourselves to come visit us. I hate to see you go through all that and then I might have to tell you, well, now you're 6 months to a year out on water and sewer. So proactive on the water and sewer applications, please.
Thank you, Shirley. That's really good information. So let's go on with the next slide. in order to get a residential lease, there are several rights of ways that need to be done. The first one is actually for the house being there. And then after you get your residential lease approved, there will be different ones for your utilities, including water, sewer, electricity, and it might be also for your phone lines. So go ahead. And you know, you need to check with your community when you do your residential lease application, because some communities have different requirements. You know, some communities have that you might have to attend 3 community meetings to then become a member and then have your residential application approved. So it just depends on what community you are living in. So check with your local community officers. The tribal office does have a list of the community officers if you don't know who your officers are. So, and then also with all of the residential lease applications, we do have a beneficiary. So that way, you know, there's continuity for your family, for your children and your grandchildren in securing and making sure that that lease is continuing. So, and there's a number of notaries that will notarize the beneficiary form for you. It has to be a tribal member. And Cleve has a crew of notary public or notaries at his office. At our office, we also have some available, and the secretary's office at the Rosebud Sioux Tribal Building. So, and obtain a copy of your tribal ID. Then we go over the packet with the applicant to make sure that everything is in there, and so the applicant knows what the requirements are. So, and then during all of this, after you get your map, we refer that map to our Tribal Historic Preservation Office, which does a cultural clearance. And I'm not going to go into detail on that because they are the experts on that. There must be a cultural clearance on your residential site if there's going to be construction, and if you're building a home or building a foundation, you will need that, because any type of digging has to go through Tribal Historic Preservation. They support the national NEPA laws, so this is really important in protecting our cultural and spiritually significant areas of our reservation. And you know, so they're the only ones that will be able to determine that. So that's where that map goes. So that's part of the process too. They will either give us an approval or denial letter on the location, and sometimes it might be simple if it's a denial to move it over 20 feet or move it over 100 feet. So they really work with us, so it's not as hard as that sounds. So the application that we have at Sichungu Land Office, we take it to the Land and Natural Resources Committee for approval. And once it's approved, then we take the original packet and we forward that on to the Bureau of Indian Affairs. But this is where the process for Solo and TLE are a little bit different. So I'll let Cleve take over and talk about some of the differences with the application process at Tribal Land Enterprise.
Thank you. My name is Cleve from Many Horses. I'm the Director of Tribal Land Enterprise, and I'd like to thank Tatanka Funds for asking me to come over and discuss homesite leasing with you. I already see a couple of people that owe me money, so I'll collect today while I'm here. But Erin Blackfeather is our lease clerk, and she's been on the job for about 6 months now, and she's got the process down pretty well. And the process is basically the same as the land office. We've got a homesite application. Come to the office, and our staff will help you pick out a homesite. We'll ask BIA to do a map. Once we get that map back, then we can continue on with the process. Like Paula said, we need community minutes approving you to live in that community, and each community's requirements are a little bit different. Once that's all, your application's done, you took it to the water and sewer and to the different checklists, and you elect a beneficiary, then we send that to TIPO, just like Paula does, and we get their clearance. Once that's all done, then we take it to our board of directors, and our board of directors meeting is every second Tuesday of the month. We take them there and they approve them or disapprove them based on the circumstances. Once we get that approval done, we send you as the home site applicant an award letter. We send it to the BIA and they write your contract for you. There's other things that TLE has that can allow you to get control of that land. We have a TLE assignments, we call them, and that's a whole different discussion, but a home site lease allows you, normally the home sites are good for 25 years with automatic renewal for another 25. But if you want to control that land for your lifetime and the lifetime of your beneficiary, then we can explain TLE assignments to you. They do cost some money, but like I said, you get control of that land for your lifetime and the lifetime of your beneficiary. So come see us at TLE or across from the tribal building. We'll help you developing and getting your home site either approved. The other thing, the process is kind of the same for our home site is good for 2.5 acres. We also have business sites, leases, and that's 7.5. And we have people call in the office and say, I want to get my 10-acre home site. Well, it don't work like that. A lot of people get 2.5 acres for the home site, and they also request a business site lease for 7.5 acres. And it just depends what kind of business you want to go into. Some people say they want to cut and stockpile wood for the winter and sell it as a vendor. In that case, if you're going to be a business site or a business owner, then we'll need a copy of your approved business license from the tribe. So it depends what you want to do. Stop by the office and we can help you run through it. So if you have any questions, stop by. And I'll take my TV right now before I go. So thank you.
Thank you, Cleve. I see that the BIA is also here, and I don't know if you want to come up and say anything, Albert. We work real closely between Albert, I, and Cleve. There's a lot of things that there are different land ownership on the reservation, and to clarify that, we usually go to the Bureau of Indian Affairs because they have the trust responsibility of all tribal lands. So I'll just let Albert talk a little bit about the mapping.
Thank you, Paula. My name is Albert Bordeaux. I'm from the Bureau of Indian Affairs. I'm a range technician. I handle all the mapping. If you guys like to come by, my hours are from 8 to noon when we do the mapping stuff. I mostly do it by schedule, but sometimes I'm in the office, and every home site is a little bit different. I'm the guy you see after you see TLE and solo. Always make sure you do that first. If you have any questions or concerns, I'll be floating around here. You could shoot me. We can exchange emails, or we can set up appointments if you are interested in getting a home site. So thank you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Dorothy.
Oh, yeah. And also Dorothy LaPointe will be the person in the realty department to see on the home sites also. She covers the leasing portion of it from the realty department.
Thank you, Albert. I just want to say that, we really have a close network of the tribal programs and the Bureau and TLE when we're trying to assist the tribal members in obtaining land or leases for their home residential sites. So, you know, don't be scared. If you have any questions, you know, come talk to one of us. You know, if we're not the person that can answer that question, we can direct you to, you know, Shorty, Cleve, or his staff. Or Albert or anybody at the Bureau of Indian Affairs. My lease clerk is Summer Roulard, and Darlene Black Spotted Horse also assists with the lease applications. Most of my staff are versed and know the process that we just went through. And I know we went through this pretty fast, but I do have that flow chart and applications and the 8805 back in the corner at our table. So if you have additional questions on anything that we went through or would like to see that flow process for yourself written down, you can come back there and pick some up. And I know TLE has a lot of information on their web page. So, you know, there's a lot of resources out there that are available to you for the tribal leasing process. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you. Do you have anything to say in closing, Cleve? Okay.
Thank you. All right, thank you all for all of that information. Such good information. Love to see that everyone is walking around to the booths. We are gonna do another raffle, another prize. So get your tickets ready. Get them pulled out. Okay. All right. We got 955164. Who's our lucky winner? Yay! Got another one. Got a tool set. I hope you like to build things. All right, we're gonna do two more prizes. We got a clock. A nice clock to put up in your house, some little decor. 955188. 955188. Got a winner? Nice. All right. Just in time for summer, we got a nice big fan. I love those fans. 955216. 955216. 955216. Going once. Okay. Going twice. Okay. Put that one back. Oh, you got it. All right, 955190. Oh, we got a winner. Another winner. Are we doing more gifts? Cool. That's yours, yep. Okay. Okay, together or separate? Separate. All right, we're doing a couple more. 955006. 955006. Oh, we got a winner right over there. Okay, one more gift before lunch. Oh, two more gifts before lunch. She's on her way up. 955050. Grandpa Dwayne said he is almost a winner. 955050. Double, oh, we got another winner. Okay, one more. That one was 955050.
Okay, Pat's like, well, that for me. Okay.
955147. Nine 55147. Yay! All right, so that one can go back. Okay, everyone, so we're going to be getting ready for lunch here in just a little bit. But before we do that, we want to honor some students at St. Francis Indian School. And I will actually read off these awards. But if we could first bring up Charles. Charles is their teacher. Charles Arcorn Sr. Charles will be telling you a little more about the program, but I will read off the certificate of recognition. It says, in acknowledgement of your dedication and skill in advancing the tradition of home building within tribal communities, your commitment to craftsmanship, sustainability, and cultural preservation serves as a beacon for the next generation of tribal home builders. Through your innovative spirit and unwavering commitment to excellence, you inspire us all to create spaces that honor our heritage and nurture our communities. So this is a certificate of recognition coming from Sioux, the Rosebud Sioux tribe, as well as Tatanka Funds. And this is for you, Charles. Thank you for all your hard work in leading these students to do what they do. Everybody, please thank Charles for being a great leader to these students. And Charles, if you could please explain to the crowd a little bit more about the program.
Good afternoon, everybody. I work for the St. Francis Indian School CTE program. This is our first year doing it, and it is a national-wide program that all the other schools are doing. I went to Aberdeen. There's one in Sioux Falls, one in Yankton, in the state here. And I teach you kids about building homes. Right now, we're going to build a home in St. Francis at the school. And if anybody has programs, have any donations, deep pockets, I really appreciate to help the young to come and work, because they're going to come and work for the Rosebud Sioux tribe. They're going to get employed here on the tribe. I appreciate you guys, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Charles. Got to talk to a couple of your students, and they said great things about you. So we also want to honor these students right now, so if you can go ahead and come up as I call your name. Jacob Bordeaux. I had the wrong pile. These individuals are not here, sorry, but we will honor Jacob anyway, even though he's not here.
The ones check marks are the ones that came.
Okay. Is Ethan here?
Nope.
Okay.
Luke?
No, these are not here. Luke Marshall. Would you like to give a speech? Do you want to talk about your experience in the program?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I am Luke Marshall, and my experience in the program was pretty good, especially with Charles. He helps you learn how to build. Like, you know, right now we're building a shed, and it's pretty fun building. I get to learn a lot.
All right, Luke said they are currently building a shed. All right, next up, Darian McKinney. Daniel Leader Charge. Congratulations, Daniel. Do you want to share any words? No? Okay. Esden Eisenbar. Congratulations, Esden. Christian White Buffalo Calf. Congratulations, Christian. And lastly, we have Charles Arcorn Jr. Would you like to give a speech?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. This is my last year at St. Francis Indian School, so I built a table instead, an octagon table instead of a house because like we just started our second semester. We started there in second semester, so I didn't really want to build a house because my dad teaches me at my house, of course. So I just built a table, and that's fine enough. I could make some money off of that too. All right, thank you.
All right, and if you all could line up right here to take a photo, please. Right on to my left there. Line up right up here. And also, since we are on the live, we will honor the individuals who are not here. We have Darian McKinney, Jacob Bordeaux, Ashton Spotted Warbonnet, Tate Gonzalez, Lorenzo Boneshirt, and Ethan Spotted-Tail. Please give a round of applause to these amazing young youth. Good job, guys. Congratulations. All right, so we are going to get ready for lunch. Shar, all right, lunch just got here, so it's going to be a little bit. Really appreciate your patience. We are going to do a couple more door prizes as soon as the tickets make their way up. While we are waiting for that, I just wanted to share that I walked into a conversation happening over here in the corner, and they were talking about home ownership, young individuals who are interested in owning a home, and one of them currently owns a home. And he was talking about how important it is for everyone here to just understand that it takes time, it is a process, but to not get discouraged. He was also talking about how it's difficult, but it's not as hard as it seems, especially when you have these resources available to you, when you have people here who are passionate about getting you to that next stage of home ownership. And so just wanted to reiterate again that all of these people here who are speaking and who are set up at the booths, they are rooting for you, they're here to support you, they're here to answer your questions. So I just wanted to share that that was a really good conversation to happen, because I think a lot of people are in that boat where it just seems sometimes impossible, seems really difficult, but it takes baby steps. And that's why we're here today hosting this. So we'll do some more prizes here. Get your tickets ready. Next up, we got a bath set. The number is 955055. Nine five five 055. Who wants to come claim this salmon-colored bath set? 955055. All right, moving on to the next ticket. 955138. 955138. Got a winner. Okay, good. Congratulations. 955059. 955059. What is that? All right. Tablecloth for dinner time. 955059. Okay. All right, moving on to the next one. 955060. I feel like 955 is going to be my least favorite numbers now. 955060. Do we got a winner? Yes? Yay! Got another winner. Bingo. We should do bingo next time. That would be fun. Turn this into a whole party. All right, 955112. What is the next gift? 955112. Oh, cool. You got a slip and slide for the kids or your chickens. All right, next one, 955091. 955091. Got another winner. What is that gift? Native print tablecloth. Oh, and a seat gap catcher. Next gift, 955041. Basketball hoop. Oh, got another winner. There's a lot of prizes here. Yeah, let's go for it. Together. Okay, that's a nice gift. All right, so we got a dish set along with some dish soap, some Dawn to last you a very long time. 955-135. I hope this is for someone that loves to cook. 955-135. Okay. 955-028. Darn. 028, last three numbers. Last three numbers, 099. It's got to be somebody. 099, nope. Okay. Oh, we got a winner. 099. Congratulations. Which one is it? Got it. Cool. Don't forget your dish soap. Now you gotta wash dishes. All right. Ready for lunch? Okay. Do we have a plate? Okay. Grandpa Dwayne, if you could please come up and lead a prayer for us before we eat lunch, we would appreciate it very much.
And if you want to learn how to put up teepees, I'm your man. Oh, Takashla, I bet we Yoklati let's oyate ki kawitapi. Tiwaye ki lena Takashla. Tiolepi. Oyate ki tiolepi. Hoog tukteni yapsni. Wakanje ki tukteni yapsni. So oyate ki lena Takashla, I bet let's Yushkia ahipinaha. Tuktogna Takashla. Tuktogna tipi wanji makaya pichaki. I bet Lena Letchel Iwogla Kapi. Or you cut the Kashla, Objabla Enkigna Capita, or you come now wait they were Una huge grapiculet Kashla, near Othoka Cheunichi Shapi. Or it's at the Kashla, a particular word to get Ekiapo. You washed and you walk on Kichapo, Pejute Yakaki, the Otake, which chose on the walking, wobblers, Taku, washed there on Kachipena. Kasha neerke, shunchi chapi. Na akatashni oyate nisha, apetri lavote kele, unixi Yushkia, ikikchupo, nisani pictelo. Mitaki oyase, aho.
Thank you, Grandpa Dwayne. All right, so we are going to break for lunch. Before we do that, just wanted to announce that if you are trying to gather signatures here on this page here to be entered into a larger drawing at the end, if you're looking for BIA, Roads Department, TIPO, and Realtors, those programs do not have booths today, so you do not need their signatures, in case you're running around crazy. Oh. If you could replace those with a different booth signature. All right, so we are going to line up for lunch. If you want to line up in that corner there, off to your right. Right where I'm pointing, right where they're waving over there. Lunch was provided by Allstop. Shout out to Allstop for providing today's delicious meal.
Hello, hello. No, okay, I'm not. Yeah, okay. See, watch, see if you can hear me talking. It takes like a couple seconds for it to come out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Just a few seconds. Go ahead.
Working? Good afternoon. We are from Maza Ska. We are very excited to be here today to present our company at this expo. A little louder. I am here today with my coworker. I will let her get up here and introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is kind of, but I'm Cassie, and I'm from Maza Ska, and I am the housing and education specialist. And I just recently started with Maza Ska. I'll give it back to Opia to do the presentation.
So our motto is creating home ownership opportunities for the Lakota people. We have an overview. The Maza Ska is a Native community development financial institution that offers a variety of loan products, education, and assistance that focuses on affordable housing and asset building. Our customers are enrolled members of the Oglala Sioux tribe located on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation and enrolled members of other federally recognized tribes in South Dakota. We're on the third one. The third one? Yeah. Our mission is to create safe and affordable housing opportunities by providing loans, development services, and financial insight to empower our Native people to build assets and create wealth. Our development services. We have technical assistance, pre-purchase housing assistance, post-purchase housing assistance. We also offer the classes, financial literacy classes, homebuyer education classes. Our loan products, our mortgage products are homeowner credit opportunity, traditional mortgage, USDA 502 single family, bridge, NADL for veterans, construction, home renovation, and for our consumer, we offer a credit builder loan. So for the mortgage process overview, we would start with the customer intake form, pre-qualification, loan application, complete checklist, complete financial literacy homebuyer education courses. You would go to underwriting, loan committee approval, on-reservation trust land, pre-certification to approve mortgage from BIA, and off-reservation, which is B-land, schedule closing with the company. And then last is the loan closing if approved. Some recommendations would be send the documents from the checklist in a timely manner. If you're on the reservation, secure the lease right away with easements and right-of-ways with the BIA. If you're on reservation as well, lease term needs to match your mortgage term, example for 25 to 30 years. Off reservation, work with realtor and title company to purchase agreement, property taxes, and title insurance. Our credit builder loan does go up to $5,000. It assists in building and repairing credit. It can help in qualifying for a mortgage as well.
We do have a success story from Randall Hughes. This is what he wrote. If you are an Oglala Sioux tribal member looking to build or buy a house on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, I encourage you to look at Maza Ska, Owikaza, Otipi as your mortgage servicer first. I utilized the Maza Ska team to help me with my home buying process for my family's home site in Pine Ridge, and it worked out wonderfully. Buying a home on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation is no easy task. The team at Maza Ska has the local knowledge and contacts to help you in every step of the process. It does take a while to attend the home buying classes to get your mortgage, but it is well worth the wait. All the folks at the Oglala Sioux Tribe Land Office, where you can lease a home site, know the team at Maza Ska. The Bureau of Indian Affairs at Pine Ridge Agency already have a trusted relationship with Maza Ska and help you sail through the home mortgage paperwork. The advice they give you on contractors, electrical service, rural water, and sewer services is second to none. I am very excited to say I'm a grateful customer of Maza Ska. Very respectfully, Randall Hughes. Our staff consists of 6 people. We have Colleen Steele, she's our executive director. Stephanie Provost, she's our director of lending. Justine Carlo, she's our loan officer. Cassiopeia Foxbelly, that's me, I am the loan administrator. We have Cassie Winter, she's our education and housing specialist, and Lorelei Janice, she's our lending and admin assistant. And Colleen does want to send her a big thank you to you guys for watching our presentation. We're very grateful to be here at this expo.
All right, thank you, Maza Ska, and thank you all for being such great partners and so helpful to the community. Next up, we would like to bring up Lakota Federal Credit Union. Our speakers are Shayna Ferguson and Lexi Hunter.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lexi Hunter. I am the mortgage loan officer at Lakota Federal Credit Union. Lakota Federal Credit Union is based in Kyle, South Dakota. We service the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation as well as the Rosebud Reservation. Some of the things that we do, we offer savings and checking accounts. Right now we waived our membership fee, so it's free to open an account with us. We also have the free debit cards, so if you are interested in opening an account with us, my booth is in the back, and I am able to open accounts today if that's something you're interested in. Another thing that we offer is our free ATMs. So with our debit card, we have ATMs around on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation as well as Rosebud. Our ATMs in Pine Ridge, we have them located at the Tribal Building in Pine Ridge. We have some in Interior, and then in Rosebud, we have one at the IHS here. And then we got the approval to put one in the Rosebud Tribal Building. So our ATMs, we own our own ATMs, and they're free of charge for all of our members. So if you have a debit card with us and you're wanting to withdraw from the ATMs, then it's free of charge. Another thing that we offer is our auto loans. So our auto loans go up to $100,000. We do them anywhere from any year of a vehicle. The only thing is if it's a 2010 or older, we only finance half of the purchase price, so that's something to keep in mind. But we do offer auto loans up to $100,000. Our credit cards, we offer credit card applications. I have some with me if you're interested in that. Our credit cards go up to $8,000. Those are unsecured, so if you guys are just looking for a cash loan, credit card, we do that. We also have direct deposit with our account, so if you need a bank account to where you can have payroll set up for direct deposit, we also do it with Social Security, disability. We have the ability to have direct deposit to those accounts, and we also give you the free debit card to where when your money comes in on payday or first of the month, then you can withdraw those funds. The next thing is our mortgage home loans. We go up to $250,000. Our interest rates run from 6 to 8%. So our mortgage loan process is whenever you're interested in the mortgage, you'll come to me and you'll fill out an intake form. So in that intake form, it just gives me an overview of who you are, what kind of home site you're looking for, what kind of income you have, what kind of household size you have, that sort of thing. So once you bring in your intake form, then we will turn around and start you with the actual application. So the application process is where you will fill out your application, you'll attach your pay stubs or your proof of income, if rather that's your award letter, or if you're self-employed, then we need 2 years of tax returns. So once I get the application, then we'll pull the tri-merge, we'll do a credit check on you, make sure that you're ready, your mortgage ready as far as credit. If you're not, that doesn't necessarily mean that we just deny you. We take the time to work with you. We do a lot of credit counseling. We do a lot of one-on-one coaching. So if you're worried that you're not credit ready and you want a home, that doesn't just necessarily mean that you're not qualified, and I don't want you to be discouraged. I would like you to still come and visit us, because we do credit coaching. We offer financial literacy, homebuyer education. We have people certified in credit when credit is due. We have all the ability to teach you and guide you on how to become credit ready to prepare for your home. And along with that, we also have down payment assistance programs. Right now, the coalition is the South Dakota Native Home Ownership Coalition has a down payment assistance, and I know they'll talk more about that after me. But that's a good one that we've been putting our clients through. It's $10,000, and it's an application that we help you fill out, and also they have the OWISTA funds, which is $5,000. So that's another down payment assistance, and then we're also looking at giving out some in-house funds. I'm not sure of the amount yet, but that is something that we're looking to give out as well. So we have a lot of options for our down payment assistance. I know the HALF program too, on Pine Ridge and in Rosebud. I know they have a lot of home ownership funds that they're willing to help out with if you need a down payment on a house. And also I have a lot of clients that use the Collective Abundance Fund grant through Indian Collective. So if you guys have any questions about the down payment assistance programs, or if you just interested in a mortgage, come see me after this and I can help you touch base on a little bit more and show you the application. We also have mobile home loans. I know that sounds similar to a mortgage. The difference is that the mortgages are on a permanent foundation. As for a mobile home loan, they're not. They're more like just the trailer house itself. So if you're just interested in a trailer house, we do those as well. We do those up to $50,000. And then those ones their term is up to 10 years. So if you guys are interested in just a trailer house, we do those as well. We also have a mobile bank. So we recently bought a brand new bus, and we've been going to Pine Ridge every Thursday, but we're going to start coming to the Rosebud communities starting in May. So every week we'll be in Rosebud starting in May. So you guys will want to look out for our mobile bus. We'll start, I'm not positive on which days we're coming to Rosebud just yet. I don't have a set schedule, but if you guys follow our Facebook page, then we'll post the schedule on there on when we're going to be in your communities. And that will start in May. And one other thing I just wanted to talk about is the mobile app. So I know it's kind of hard to get out to Kyle, or even if you miss the mobile bus when it starts coming and you have a check that you need to deposit, or you need your account balance, your bank statements, anything like that, that you can access all of that on your mobile banking app. So we have the mobile app on all the smartphones. You can check your balance, you can move funds around, you can pay your loan payments, you can transfer funds to another account, and also the remote capture. You can take a picture of a check and deposit it on the mobile app, and it will be in your account the next day. So that's another thing that we offer. So if you guys have any questions, I'll be here till the end of the day. I think I covered everything I needed to talk about. Am I good? Okay, well, just let me know if you have questions. Again, my name is Lexi.
Thank you, Lexi. I learned so much, and I guess I'm signing up for Lakota Federal Credit Union. We are going to do a couple more prizes. Okay, mixing up the bowl here, a little ASMR action. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, get your tickets ready. Last three numbers, 238. Ooh, for the vacuum. 238 for the vacuum. No? All right. Oh, you got it? Ramsey got the vacuum. Congratulations. All right, last three numbers, 220. Tribal bathroom floor set. Last four numbers, 220. Okay. Last three numbers, 215. 215. Got it. All right, come on up. All right, and this last one here is for the carpet or the rug. Yeah, somebody's getting that one. All right, for the rug. I feel like the rug and the vacuum should have gone together. All right, 218. For the rug, 218. Yep. 218? No? Okay. 089 for Sweat Lodge, she said. 089. No, darn it. Okay. 145. 145. Okay. Oh, we got it? Yeah? Oh, we got a winner. You get a rug. I hope it matches your house. It was meant for you. All right, moving on with our next speaker. This is a group of speakers actually. So with the South Dakota Native Home Ownership Coalition, we have Tawny Brunch, Sharice Not Afraid, Kim Long Soldier, Justin Williams, and Nicole Poirier. They brought the whole office. All right, so you'll just have to talk pretty close into the mic.
Okay. Hello, my name is Nicole Poirier. I'm the Business Development Coach at Lakota Funds in Kyle, South Dakota. I just wanted to come and introduce myself and some of the current programs that we have offering at the moment. Like Lexi mentioned earlier, we have the OISTA down payment assistance of $5,000. We have a Native American Veterans Assistance match where you could put in $1,000, it will match you $3,500 for down payment assistance, home renovation. We have the Indigenous Food Sovereignty Project going. We have those papers over there. We have, if you do that Indigenous Food Sovereignty, if you do the business plan, we can get you a $250 stipend. We have artist loans available, and I also offer financial literacy, home buyers, business planning classes. If you have any information or anything that you'd like to know, I'll be sitting over there.
Hi, good afternoon. As she said, we are the South Dakota Native Home Ownership Coalition, and my name is Sharice Not Afraid, and I am the Operations Director. The coalition was created in 2013, and for the first almost 10 full years, we were consultant-led, where there was not people on the ground sitting at tables or anything like that. And now we have a full staff, so we got to bring them all and show them off, basically, right now. The reason why the coalition was created was because there was a need to expand home ownership opportunities for Native Americans in South Dakota. And what we do is we work to increase those home ownership rates for Native Americans by leveraging knowledge and resources among our stakeholders and other key entities. Through these synergies, we aim to revitalize our communities by creating an environment that supports Native Americans in achieving their dream of home ownership. And what we do and how we do that, about 50% of all the speakers right now and those at the tables around are members of the coalition. It was through our collaborative work with each one of these programs where we were able to find the need in their specific reservations, because we're statewide. We're every single reservation we try to make a presence on and get their opinions and know their needs and their problems and their issues that they're dealing with, so it's not just one location. We're statewide. What we do is we have our Great Plains Housing Initiative that was just created, and we do helping to plan developments, increasing our housing stock on every reservation. I know at some point we even had conversations with the 100 Homes project here on Rosebud. We also offer technical assistance to home buyers and their members, collaborating with whether it's Lakota Federal Credit Union and how they do homebuyer education, financial literacy, credit when credit is due. We also do, and what we're working on now is like our veteran needs survey. If you stop by our table, we had our home ownership program manager talking with you guys and asking you to fill that out. And what it does is it shows the need. We're able to go and do our next thing, which is advocate for policy change. How do we get those changes out there? How do we know? By doing assessments, by hearing from you guys specifically what you need, what we're lacking, where we need to fight for, and how we need to do it. We're also working to open new doors for new markets. A lot of places won't do home loans on reservations, so we're trying to find ways to break down that door and bring those home loans to you, so providing even bigger opportunities. We have our down payment assistance, which we'll speak on here shortly, and then we have our workforce development, and you heard Tatanka Funds, and what was the other one? Down here. SWA, they participate in our workforce development program and our construction internship program. Justin will speak on that more with some more detail, but that's part of what the coalition is bringing. We know that in order to have home ownership opportunities, it's an entire circle. We need to provide that skills to those interns who are going to be building the houses, but who also need a budget to buy that home and need that experience to have a job to fund that place. So everything revolves around each other. We have our inspectors, our ICC code certifications, appraisers, and everything that we do, we couldn't do without all of our partners and have as big of a reach as we are getting. I'm going to introduce to you who wants to go first? Kim Long Soldier, she is our home ownership program manager.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Kimberly Longsoldier. I am the Home Ownership Program Manager with the South Dakota Native Home Ownership Coalition. And there's two things I want to talk about. First, I'm going to go over the Worth Overview, which explains to where our down payment assistance program funds come from. So I just want to emphasize on that, and then our Native American Veterans Housing Needs Assessment. Next slide. Okay, so this is the Worth Grant. It's Wealth Opportunities Restored through Home Ownership, and it's funded by Wells Fargo Foundation. And the purpose is to create 5,000 new minority homeowners over the next 4.5 years. The coalition received $1,030,000 for down payment assistance and to also create homes. Okay, next slide. These are the partners, the Worth partners. We're all working together to create these new homeowners. The Come Dream, Come Build is out of Texas, Fahi, they're all over the United States, and one I want to emphasize is OWISA. We highlighted this because OWISA offers a down payment assistance program. They have a down payment assistance program as well, and we call it double dipping, so you can either receive down payment assistance from me or for them, but you cannot receive them together because they are our partner and they receive the same funds. Okay, next slide. And this is what Worth supports in South Dakota. We want to expand access to affordable home ownership, and it's for Black, Indigenous, people of color, families, and Native and rural communities. Increase and improve affordable housing stock, create new homeowners by resolving title issues, empower prospective and current homeowners through education, counseling, and coaching, which is the technical assistance that a lot of our coalition members offer, which is homebuyer readiness, financial literacy, and some of those. And then we also want to advocate for innovative policy and systems change. Next slide. Our goal is to create 400 new homeowners over the next couple of years. And so there's how each one is categorized. 100 receive mortgage financing from our coalition members, 100 new homeowners who receive DPA but close loan with another lender, and then 200 through 200 new homeowners through mutual help or life tech conveyances. Next slide. Okay, the next one is down payment assistance program. Okay, which slide are we in? Let me see. Darn it. How does DPA program work? Okay, so our program is offered to coalition members who are in good standing that they can access or request DPA assistance, and those members that are in good standing are current on their dues or their annual membership dues, and then their data reporting for Worth, because every month, like TA technical assistance, everything that this grant supports is reported, and so that's how is reported to us, and then we send it up. So that's how the member organizations stay current, and they can use our program. Next slide. Okay, so this is just a quick overview. Our target percentage rate is 80% on the reservation and 20% off the reservation, but it just basically on a first come, first served basis. And the amount is up to $10,000 to home buyers who are clients of coalition member organizations. You don't have to actually go through I'll give you an example. So you have a off reservation lender, and then you have to build a connection, so you go to Maza Ska, Lakota Funds, or Tatanka Funds, and you do your Homebuyer Education through them. That then Tatanka Funds or whoever member organization can submit the request for that $10,000. So we have to have a relationship between the lender and the coalition member. So you don't necessarily have to, but we just push it, to keep it within native CDFIs. Let's see, it's on a first come, first served basis, and the coalition members are the ones that will submit the request, and they'll verify the eligibility of the applicant. Next slide. It's used for subsidies for down payment and principal reduction, closing costs that are associated with the loan or purchase of the home, or other home buyer expenses like appraisals, inspections, credit fees, credit report fees, and hazard insurance. All right, next slide. Okay, in order to be eligible, the applicant must, they don't need to be first-time home buyers, but they cannot own a home. Like currently, they cannot own a home. Let's see, there needs to be transfer of ownership from a home recently sold or conveyed. And then they must be enrolled in a federally recognized American Indian or Alaskan Native or Native Hawaiian tribe. A certificate of completion for a homebuyer education course as required. So again, it has to be one of those courses through an coalition member organization. Next slide. They're approved for their first mortgage loan, and the household income should not exceed 115% of the HUD area median income. And this is what really, a lot of people are discouraged from that, but because we're in very, rural, poor counties, a lot of people qualify for this. And that's very discouraging, but it's, our AMI is 115. That's really, honestly, that's really, really good. They must be approved at least 14 calendar days before the closing, but we do make exceptions because a lot of people are not aware of our program until the last minute. And so if they're able to submit it through a coalition member and get it to us quick, we can go ahead and process that. I'm the one that, Sharice and I, we really push this, so we try to help out home buyers as soon as possible. So we really, really push this. You may seek to purchase homes in North Dakota side of Standing Rock or Lake Traverse Indian reservations. Next slide. Must be the borrower's primary residence and must be in South Dakota or on the Standing Rock or Lake Traverse Indian reservations. Must be a single family unit including condominiums and townhomes. Manufactured housing is eligible if it is on a permanent foundation located on owned or leased real estate. Next slide. Okay, so this is the request process. The coalition member, again, is the one to submit the requests on behalf of the home buyer. There's criteria and attestation proving that they're eligible. Once they submit it, we review the request to make sure they're eligible, the member organization is in good standing, and then the funds are available. So again, it's on first come, first served basis. And right now we have $400,000 available for down payment assistance. And okay, and if it's approved, we'll obligate the funds and we'll send out a letter that the funds are there and they're ready. So next slide. And again, keep in mind that it's on a first come, first served basis. And there's only, obligated funds must be used within 60 days. Applicants may be granted one 30-day extension just for extenuating circumstances. Alrighty, next slide. Okay, so this is my second project, and this is the Veterans Housing Needs Assessment, which I've been, if you come by my table, I've kind of been explaining it. Next slide. Okay, so this is for Native veterans living on reservation lands in South Dakota. But I don't just push for Native veterans on the reservation. I am open to Native veterans all across the state of South Dakota because not all Native veterans live on the reservation. There's reasons they don't come back to the reservations, which is lack of housing. I actually opened this up to veterans that are married to enrolled members, or like Native veterans that are enrolled outside of South Dakota but lives on or around reservations. So I open this up to everybody because their numbers do matter, their opinions do matter, and it's because of the lack of resources that us Native veterans don't have on reservations, which is why I push it, because we go through a lot. I mean, traveling to Fort Meade, you know, Hot Springs, a 2, 3, 4 hour trip for us, that's a day trip. We should be able to have at least some sort of resources available closer to the reservations or on the reservations. There's no housing available for veterans that want to come home, so that's why I push that. So I'm collecting surveys right now. Next slide. And we're doing this project so to understand the current housing condition and needs of Native veterans on all 9 reservations. And this project is going until August 31st. So if you see us at powwows or other events, we're pushing. We're really going to push. So, okay, it's to make informed decisions for long-term planning and program designs, enhance grant applications for future funding possibilities to meet the needs of Native veterans, and ensure federal programming meets the needs of Native veterans. We have the representatives. I don't know if the veterans were able to talk to him about Native American direct loan, but he can answer your questions. He's back there. He's a really good guy. Okay, this is our survey dashboard. I actually updated it, and these are the 9 listed as all 9 tribes within South Dakota, and then you can see our goal numbers right there. And so, like, it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it actually is when a lot of veterans will not participate in the survey itself. And I can tell you right now, the numbers will go up for Rosebud. Our goal is 71, but they have 11 surveys submitted. There's a lot more veterans on the Rosebud Reservation. So that's why I'm pushing for you guys to do this survey, the veterans here. I can tell you right now, like Cheyenne River, their goal is 66. Yesterday they submitted 40, so they're at 105, which is really amazing. You know, it's really, really amazing. And OST, my tribe, we're only 8 away from completing our goal. So the numbers are different, and it's based off of a percentage of veterans on each reservation. Okay, next slide. And so these are our PR plan. Is just we do monthly veterans meetings. The coalition has a veterans committee meeting. We talk about policies, we talk about changes with the VA, anything and everything you can think of with that, that helps the veterans or about veterans that we can spread, share the changes and whatnot. So that's what we do. And if you ever want to jump in on one of those, it's good to even just for knowledge, is just to go on our website, and then it'll have invites. It'll have the Zoom link and whatnot. And then if there's funding available, or we have, like we get donations, we try to give incentives. Like right now, SWA is providing $20 gift cards for veterans that complete the surveys to Turtle Creek. So if you turn in a survey, complete it, turn it in, you get a $20 gift card. It's completely anonymous. Like I said earlier, it's I don't keep track of your name. The only thing that's personal is I will ask for your income. That's it, because that gives us an idea. We'll do the average, because we don't make a lot. We don't, and so that really, really matters. And then your opinion, please be honest, because your information specific to your reservation is shared. So that's why I really push that. And then our outreach events, we're going to be attending any events, powwows, anything upcoming in the next couple months. So you may or may not see us do presentations or have a booth set up or push this survey. And then lessons, this survey was done a couple years ago. And the lessons from this past survey is hand deliver survey to goal audience, which is what we're doing, and ensure Native veterans understand that this survey is completely anonymous and the importance of how it can help them, their family, and their community. So that's my overview. But if you have any questions, I know I kind of dragged this out, but if you have any questions, I'm set up at the Lakota Funds booth. That's where my table is at, and so you can just stop in. And then, I'm a veteran. I like to talk. So I'll be over there, but thank you. And here's Justin.
anything. Yeah, we could try that. Yeah.
Alrighty, more, that was really loud. Door prizes to give away. Okay, get your tickets ready. Last three numbers are 026. 026. All right. 026. Next up, we got 072. 072. 002. 002. 090. Oh, we got 002. Okay, and then 090. Come on up if I called your number, 002 and 090. It's a tie. Zero 90. That's a set. Okay, for the blanket, the Tatanka blanket. It's just cute. It's pretty. 040. 040. I called your number. Come on up. 040. Okay. 195. 195. Okay. 147. 147. 064. 064. All right, Alex, you got the blanket. Okay, 146. 146, come on up and claim your dinosaur. It's a dinosaur, part of the dinosaur oyate. Come get your dinosaur.
Dinosaur oyate.
Yep. All right. She's been the most excited one to get a gift today. Yay! What is your number? This one is 146. 146. 082. Is that the one I just called? No. 082. I don't know what that is. It's a bag.
It's a lunch bag.
Oh, cute. It's a lunch bag. 009. 009. Anyone like to bring their own lunch to work? 009. Another winner over there? That's the lucky table. The lucky table. All right. Got one more gift before we turn it back over to Justin. Last three numbers, 158. 158. 158. Okay. What is that? monster truck? We got it? All right, we got it. We got our winner. A remote control truck. All right, we're gonna turn it back over to Justin.
Hello everybody, my name is Justin Williams. I am the Workforce Development Program Manager for the South Dakota Native Home Ownership Coalition. And today I want to speak about all our workforce development programs. The first one is the project is called Building Jobs and Building Homes Project. And it's to create 100 jobs across all 6 reservations, straighten the residential construction industry, and increase contractors' capacity trainings, offer cost approach trainings for appraisals to appraise tribal trust land on properties and land. Cool, second slide. Yes. The first workforce development program is a construction internship program. We have 5 sites, 2 sites in Rosebud, 1 site at Tatanka Funds, and another site at SWA. The only requirement for the internship is being 18 and over. We provide tools, safety equipment, gas and food vouchers for our interns. Depending on which program, like Tatanka Funds or SWA, it's either a 7-week program or a 10-week program. We have other sites in Crow Creek, Cheyenne River, in Sisseton, and Pine Ridge. As you can see on my slide, this is last year's internship. Yes. You could do the next slide now. Another workforce development program is our International Code Council trainings, ICC trainings, which are meant for inspectors. Building codes is essential in Native communities because they ensure safe and sustainable living environments. These codes address unique geographical and cultural factors promoting resilience and longevity in housing infrastructure. If any of you are interested in inspector work or becoming an inspector, or just or you know anybody that's a contractor that wants to be in inspector work, we do have ICC trainings. Next week we are having our residential training that will be using the 2021 IRC book, the International Residential Code book. In May, we are having an energy conservation certification training. And this will be more in a sustainable green energy type of certification. So if you want your home to be more energy sufficient, like reducing your cost of your light bill, this training will help you understand those type of projects. Next slide. Another workforce development program is our Contractors Capacity Building training. We usually give this training out to Native contractors because they are at a disadvantage. A lot of Native contractors are kind of small, so we wanted to help them build up their financial success, build them with either marketing, bonding, estimating, just a lot of it. We know contractors are in a competitive field, so we are planning to offer like one-on-one trainings with contractors to help build them up. On our South Dakota Native Home Ownership site, we have a map of the whole South Dakota, and on that map you can find Native contractors. And They will have all their contact information on there. And if you know anybody that also wants to be on that map, we can also work with them to be on there too. Next training. Another program is our appraisal cost approach training. With the lack of comp sales on native land, we appraisals tried a different method called the cost approach method. This formula shows appraised value equals replacement cost minus depreciation plus land value. That is the cost approach method on appraising tribal properties on tribal trust land. Appraisals play a vital role in building capital on native land, trust land, and properties by facilitating access to financing, supporting investment decisions, optimizing asset management, and attracting partnerships and investment, informing taxation and financial planning, and enhancing market recognition and credibility. So if any of you are interested in the construction internship, inspector trainings, contractor trainings, or need more information on appraisals, you can come see me at the coalition table. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. We are going to get rid of more gifts, so get your tickets out. I almost dropped all of them. That would not have been good. All right, get your tickets out. Last three. 184. 184. Nope. No 184. All right. 245 for another blanket. 245. Okay. 116. 116. Sarah Beans with the win. All right. You got another Tatanka blanket. Okay. We believe you. 160 for this bath set. 160 for this bath set. Time to remodel your bathroom. 160. Nope, okay. 061. 061. Yay. All right. Okay, 170. 170. 170. 170. Cool. Yeah, I got you. All right. 209. 209. 209 for these colorful wachechables. They match your skirt. All right. You get to take lots of food home with that. 113. 113. Another tool set. 113. All right. Good. Oh no. Okay. So we have 7 of these forms, the raffle entry forms where you have to get signatures. You turned your form in with no name on it. I know it's probably been a while since you've been in school, but you do have to put your name on the paper. So if you turned one in, please meet with Shar and write your name on the paper. That way we want to make sure you get taken care of for all the hard work you did by going around to each booth. So again, if you turned your paper in, didn't write your name on it, check with Shar, get that taken care of. We're going to bring our next speaker up. We have Carl Covert and Dorian Smith from the VA Native American Direct Loan Program. Carl and Dorian. All right, welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Carl Covert. I'm with the Department of Veterans Affairs. We're both Native American Direct Loan Coordinators. A little bit about myself. I've been in the mortgage industry for about 24 years. The last 14 has been with the VA, doing underwriting and reviewing lender loans. Our main focus with Native American Direct Loan is getting the VA Home Loan Program, applying that to homes on trust land or on the reservation. I'm going to turn this over to Dorian. He's going to take care of the first part of the presentation and introduce himself, and I'll take care of the second part.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just want to say thank you to Tatanka Funds for hosting this event and giving us an opportunity to be here. You know, it's been a great speaking with all of you that are in attendance today. Just being able to share more about our VA's Native American Direct Loan Program, and to the veterans that are in attendance. I want to thank you for your service, and make sure that, you know, if you haven't stopped by our table, please do when you get a chance. Again, my name is Dorian Smith. As Carl just highlighted, I'm also a NATO coordinator. VA's Native American Direct Loan is a program where VA acts as the direct lender. Instead of with the regular VA loan that you may be more familiar with, where you would go to like a third-party lender. In this case, VA is the direct lender. And so you'll be working with VA directly on trying to qualify and set up financing, you know, pursue your home ownership goals, specifically for those that are trying to live on tribal trust land. And we have a little video, if we can cue that up.
Because there was a need for Native American veterans to have access to financing on trust land. In the direct loan program, the veteran will come directly to VA. VA will process the application, close the loan, and eventually service the loan.
We're both Native American and we live on the boundary here. We can't just go out to any federal or bank institution that we want to and apply for a loan to build a house on the boundary. So everything's ran kind of through the tribe. and that's when all those restrictions start coming into play and stuff. But with the Native American direct loan, we were able to actually build, the house that we had always talked about wanting to build, because they were providing the loan directly from the VA, and that just freed up everything, allowed us to go in any direction we wanted to, really.
It cut out the middleman, made the whole process easier, and allowed us to build the home that we wanted to build. The whole loan process, I think, was very easy to navigate, and Greg and Ernest were both great. But even though we've only been here since May, it's home. It's a dream come true.
The first step in becoming an eligible tribe with VA to use the NADL program is to contact a regional loan center, a Native American direct loan specialist.
The Native American Home Loan Program is something that all tribes have access to if they have an MOU with the VA. I think that it is an incredible enhancement to any housing program, any housing opportunities that a tribe might be able to offer, but it also puts resources in veterans' hands. It's an awesome way for the government to show our Indian soldiers how much they appreciated their service to this country.
So just as a quick kind of recap and summary, what is a VA direct loan? As I was highlighting before, and what the video tries to articulate as well, is that VA, different from our other program, VA acts as the direct lender in this instance. And for our Native American veterans that are eligible for the regular VA loan, but are trying to live on tribal trust land, the regular loan doesn't quite support that. And so that's where we step in. That's where VA acts as the direct lender to be the financier in these loan situations, in scenarios. The key options that our loan provides, is in most scenarios, folks are trying to provide build their home from scratch. You can do new construction, whether it's stick built, you could do manufactured home, you could do modular.